Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. Walking in and talking in. How are you? As Bitcoin goes bonkers, let's talk Bitcoin. Let's talk XRP. Let's get excited. Abso-flippin-lutely. Everybody, how are you doing? It's a mobility scooter walk. I thought everyone in Texas drove around in golf carts. They do actually. A lot of them around here do. Mark, Lane, Vaz, how you doing? Love to have you with me. All right. I've got some new trainers and I'm loving it. It feels a lot easier to walk in proper trainers. New ones. I'm loving it. Okay. Nice to see you again. Andreas, how are you? Hey, I got a super chat. Thank you for Galaxy today. Oh, it's up 5% after that. You wait until you put the video out. It's interesting. Not big caps, but small caps tend to move if my reviews are good. Small caps, not the big ones. Anyway, okay, let's get onto it. We got 34 of you tuned in. Everyone tap the like button. Look at my new shoes. Look, hang on. Can you see? I can't. How do I turn the camera around? Look. Okay, there you go. Look at that bad boy. Asics. Ooh, Asics. There you go. What about that? So they're the trainers or sneakers, you say in America, that I run the London Marathon in. So I find these work very well for me. So we're all good. So let's get into it. Tap the like button. Love it. Asics. Yeah, good. I went for this crazy orange colour, not because I like the orange colour. I just got the best deal. Because, I mean, it doesn't matter, does it? These were like 2 years model, 2 years ago. So who cares? They just changed the colours, and there's like hundreds of different patterns and hundreds of different colours. And the colour from last year and the year before is just a bit cheaper. They were $124. Down from $179, but the new ones are like $250. It's like, well, they're new, not second-hand shoes, but they're just not this year's model. Who the hell cares? What was the model crap 2 years ago? I mean, I don't know. I'm very happy to buy last year's model. Anyway, Vaz approves. I'm glad. Vaz, I tried to call you about that message you sent me. You didn't answer. I'll try and catch you later. Not quite sure what you saw. Anyway, I shall have a chat with you about it later. If you can get me the video you're concerned about, the name of it, and we'll find it later on. But anyway, all right. So let's talk about Bitcoin for a minute. So tonight, Bitcoin's now 116,000. Now, this is very interesting now, because we've gone through an inflection point. We've gone through a point where everybody now will think it sounds cheap. We're getting used to it now. 100,000 for a string of code. Nah, nothing at all. So I can buy that. Oh yeah. Now, many of you are going to feel left out. Many of you are going to feel regret. And you're going to go, oh no, why didn't I buy that at 80,000? Now it's 116. Why didn't I buy that? Don't worry about what you don't have. Worry what you do have. Look at me, Mr. Boring and Sensible. I'm up like 0.5% today. Could be up stupid percents. I'm up 0.5%, but I've got 250,000. I'm happy. I'm rich enough. Doesn't matter, because over time my 500,000 will become 1 million. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about what you don't have, worry about what you do have. And it's very, very easy, too easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. And there are many people now with their $116,000 Bitcoin who will freak out. It'll be bloody hell, I'm rich. What do I do? Do I sell it? What if it goes to zero? Or do I borrow more? Do I buy more? Then it goes down. And you just run around constantly losing perspective. So just let it go. It is what it is. If you want to buy Bitcoin and you think it's going to go up forever, and fair enough, but don't then be upset tomorrow if it goes back down to 100,000 and you're down 16% or something like that. Because that could easily happen, couldn't it? Nobody knows. But don't FOMO in. It's the reason why I trimmed off the top and took $33,000. I paid all my margin off. That was $250,000. Of course, I could have had more. I'm a perfect example. Let me just try and... no, I can't do that. I'm a perfect example of the potential for FOMO, because a couple of days ago, I was still in or 2 weeks ago, I was still in margin, and it's kept going up. I could have made more money, couldn't I? I'd be up another few $1,000s maybe, but I'd be still paying about $30 a day for my margin interest. Now I don't owe any interest. I don't owe any money. So it swings and roundabouts, and we are overbought now. So it's great to trim off the top. There's nothing wrong with taking some profit. So Bitcoin is up today and everyone's getting really excited, and you should be, because if you bought it, you know, at $1 or 50,000 or 100,000, you're having a great time, aren't you? But don't FOMO into it. This is why you bought it, right? If you didn't like it at 100,000, why do you love it at 116? And that's the psychology of investing. If you didn't love it when it was 50,000 or 20,000 or 10,000, why do you now want it at 116? The answer is, well, everybody else is buying it, so I want to buy it. That's called FOMO, fear of missing out. And that's the worst time you could possibly invest, because you're not investing now on principles, evaluations, or forecasts or anything. You're just feeling like you're missing out, and you don't want to miss out, so you're just going to buy regardless. So enjoy it's going up. It's great. I want everyone to make money, because if Bitcoin keeps going up, everybody gets richer. It's great. But remember, not everybody gets richer, because there are people today who have just paid 116,000 for a Bitcoin. Think about that for a minute. There are people today who have paid 116,000 for Bitcoin. Think about that. They could have bought it for $1, and they bought it for 116,000. The only winners are the ones who bought it way below. So why would you want to be that person? Just let it go now. Something else. Maybe it'll go on to 1 million, maybe it'll go on to 10 million, and 116,000 seems cheap. Doesn't matter. It's easy to make money, the hard part is to keep it. And it worries me how easy it is for people to make money. So they get desensitized to the price action, and it could all come tumbling down very quick. I'm not saying that Bitcoin is, I'm not a pessimist, I'm not bearish on Bitcoin. I'm bullish on Bitcoin, I'm bullish on crypto. But I never ever buy into a rally. I've got 33 grand waiting for a dip. And I spoke to Sensei about it today. He said 10-20% dips always come. All through history they've come, and they'll come again. You're already up 50-60%. My view is $100 a share overpriced now that I paid for it, so I've got plenty of profit. I've got 30 grand in cash. Just wait for a better time. Now there is the argument, yeah, but what if it goes up 30% and then pulls back 10? You're still worse off. Not really. And I know you'll say, yeah, but you've only earned 4% in cash, so of course you're worse off. But you can't buy all the time. You can't just own all the time. You have to have some strategy to all of this, because you'll always be living hand to mouth under fear, and that's not the way to do it. So if it does go up 30% and then pulls back 10%, that would be a good time to buy, because there's a reason why it's pulled back 10%. If it went to 30, it'll go there again. So now it's more likely to go up So even though you would have made more if you'd bought and stayed in from the very beginning, because no one's going to say to you, the S&P's not going to be up in 10 years. Nobody. Everybody will tell you, of course it'll be up in 10 years. Of course it will. So you could just buy now and go, well, sod it, doesn't matter what happens, and then it doesn't matter. But you have to manage your money. You have to manage risk. If you're just buying regardless and never showing any discipline or structure, then you're just out of control, and at some point it's all going to go wrong. So that's the thing there. But anyway, Bitcoin, an amazing day. Congratulations for everybody who's making money. It's really, really great. But don't get FOMO'd in. Let's do some comments and questions. See what we got in the chat. Because not all coins are doing that well, are they? What's up, guys? FOMO, that's right, Stu. XRP doing good and getting some good, some quant. BTC nearly BTC nearly at 170 or 117. Yeah, it's going to rally for a while now, because now FOMO's kicking in. That's exactly what's happening. People are watching it rally and thinking, oh my God, this is not this silly thing anymore. The trouble is, it's not changed. It's humans' perception of it that's changed. Bitcoin hasn't changed. Bitcoin is still Bitcoin. Not a single thing has changed with Bitcoin. But what's changed is people's sentiment. People now feel it's worth more. It's more expensive to buy. The price is higher, but it's not worth more. It's worth the same. But now people want to buy it because everybody else is buying it. So for me, that's not a good time to invest. But it's hard. It takes years of experience to get there. I certainly was like that before. And I tell you what, when you start getting some money, and that amount can be different for everybody. For you, it might be $5,000. For me, it's $250,000. Whatever number that is, where you feel happy and content, that's a good place. Then you start going, I don't want my money to go down. I'm happy remaining in the market, but with some cash on the side, be able to buy dips. I don't want to chase pumps because I've got enough. And when you have enough, you feel enough. I am enough. And when you feel enough, I think you make wise decisions. Nothing's ever come good of FOMO. Irrational thought, irrational processes, never good. Suckseye, is it an official rally? I don't know. What does that even mean? I was on the phone, not sure if I missed it or how your feet doing after. Poor man, rich man. So let me explain what that's about, right? The machine is knackered. Yeah. That was giving me a hard time. Basically, I've got this little stepper that's powered, but you can actually, as I was using it in the Close and Bell show, in the reviews I was doing, it came to the end of its cycle. I don't know, whatever I'd had it set to, and then I was able just to carry on doing it manually. So that'll make Vaz happy. But this is not about trying to build your muscles and get fit while doing the show. It's about just moving and not keeping the legs stationary. Because I was learning, as you get older and you spend more and more time sat at a desk, if you keep your legs still, you can imagine the blood, when we're young, it flows around and everything's firing off and it's good. Gets rid of toxins, things that can then turn into cancer and all these horrible things that can happen. The body's moving. As you get older, it slows down. And when you do nothing and just stay still, everything's just sitting there, hardly moving. And just by moving, even if it's not strenuous, just by moving, you're flushing the system around, and it's just like if you turn a pump off in a fish tank. The fish carry on swimming around for a while, but eventually they run out of oxygen. and the tank will go green and stagnant and die. Whereas if all the bubbles are going and it's movement and there's a current, there's a flow, and I used to have tropical fish and marine fish, so I've got a bit of experience with that. It keeps life going. So just by moving, it's good. So I've got this little thing now under the desk, and my shows, my legs will just be going up and down like that as I'm talking to you. And then after work, I go for a proper walk, and that's when I do some proper exercise, right? But yeah. Anyway, what have we got? Let me try and get to the comments. Just winding you up. Don't forget about August the 5th last year with the Chinese tax drop. Don't forget August 5th last year with the Chinese tax drop. I don't remember that. I'm more concerned with the tariff deadline and the carry trade unwind. To be honest, I'm more concerned about that. I have done nothing for months. I need to kick myself to start doing something. Yeah, it's so easy to do nothing, and as you get older, it just gets harder and harder to do something. And I just got really just frustrated with myself sometimes, thinking I don't want to feel like this, because it's all very well saying when you get older you allow yourself to get slower. When you get older, you allow yourself to get a bit bigger, a bit fatter, and go, that's okay. That's just good living. We love to attach these ways to make ourselves feel good, don't we? It's just good living. It's not good living. Because it might be true that as you get older, the body slows down. It doesn't have to, though. And it's okay to slow down, but what's not okay is to feel weaker and where life is uncomfortable. If you've just sat down and done nothing and the body's starting to break, because remember, the body's just trying to go back in the ground, right? It's just, nature. If you don't maintain it, it's not that you might live or die a short life or a long life. It's your life will be miserable. So if you're just ended up stuck in a chair, then sitting in the chair is uncomfortable. I found that recently, actually. Sitting in the chair isn't like, oh great, I'm sitting down. Sitting down after tonight's exercise and I had a shower with a cup of tea will be nice. But if I hadn't done this exercise, if I sit down, my legs are restless, and I got pain, and I got knots in my legs and my back. It's not comfortable sitting watching the telly. Even if I was sitting there with chocolate and crisps and burgers and, oh, this is great, in front of the TV. All those things are quite nice after you've earned it with the exercise. But if you just do it all the time, then you just can't do anything else. Now sitting in your chair isn't comfortable, because sitting down, you think of those people that are really, really big, the really, really big people. You think they're just sat there in the chair being lazy. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. But the point is, they're probably really uncomfortable. Imagine how hot you'd be and, how uncomfortable you'd be if you were that size. So it's not like, oh, I just get old and it's nice to sit down in a chair. It's not nice. It's not nice. So who wants to live a life where you're just uncomfortable all the time and hurting? So you have to get out and do exercise. Otherwise, one of my doctors said to me, if you don't make time for your health, health will make time for you. That's just inevitable. Health will make time for you. So you don't have a choice. You have one simple choice. Do something about it or don't. But what will happen, with or without you. So it's the same as the stock market, isn't it? Stock market's going to go up or down whether you're taking part in it or not. You're not moving it. You don't determine it. And whatever happens will happen whether you take part in it or not. So decide whether you want to take part or merely be a spectator. And if you're a spectator, you pay the price. As you pay the price to be involved as well. Both come at a price. Anyway, where are you live from? I'm in Dallas. Who else we got here? Vaz, I've been growing a belly now. Never had one. Always skinny. Cut abs. I was like that. I was always, never really had abs, but you could see the definition. I didn't have a belly at all. I do now. But I tell you when it's different, when it really, really upsets you. And this happened to me last week. As we get a belly, you just kind of go, that's all right. All bought and paid for. All bought and paid for. Ricky Gervais. We say that. We say, oh, well, happy life means I'm living well. We just try and tell ourselves it's great. It's not. There's nothing great about having a belly, is there? But anyway, when I started getting a belly, I got used to it. It's like, okay, got a belly. You're in your 50s now. Everyone's got a belly when they're 50. Well, they don't. But you convince yourself they do. But it's not true. But then, as happened last week for the very first time, I looked in the mirror and the belly was hanging like a little crease. And I thought, no, that looks bad. I don't like that. So it's not just a tight belly, like a big belly, like I'm Father Christmas or something, and it's like muscle, all bought and paid for, starting to hang like a little line, a crease. And I thought, holy no, I do not want that, because I just don't like it. And if I do nothing, gravity's going to keep pushing that down, and you're going to have it properly hanging over your belt, like properly hanging over. Not a tight belly, but a hanging over. And I thought, no, I don't want that. Now, if you're happy with that, that's fine. But I don't, because it's not because I don't like the way it looked, which I don't like the way it looked, but it's the person I'm becoming. I'm sitting in the chair, looking for a nice flavoured packet of crisps, and just sit there. But it's not because I want to sit there, because I'm enjoying sitting there. It's because sitting there is easier than standing up. And that's what we forget. We sit there not because we want to sit there. It's because standing up or walking is less attractive. And it's less attractive because it's harder. And if you were fit and strong, you probably wouldn't want to sit down. You'd be happy standing up or happy walking around. And then you sit a bit more until all you can do is sit. So that's where I was getting. And I thought, oh God. And I tried this walk and talk a few months ago, and it was good. I was losing weight and I was eating well. And then I don't know what happened. I stopped doing it for a while. I'm not sure how I stopped doing it, but I did. And then I thought, oh, sod this. This is getting worse. It's never going to get better by itself. So look, today I invested $124 in ASIC trainers. So I've got to make some money now. I've got $2 so far on my super chats tonight. So I've got $122 to go to pay for my trainers. Oh man, is this my second time round? I think it is. I thought tonight would be easier with my new trainers, but it's not. I think 'cause I've done like 4 nights in a row. I'm getting tired again. I'm looking forward to the massage. That's on Monday, my second time round. It's just so bloody hot out here. Health has to become your priority. Brandon, I think it does. It does. I mean, you think about it. We've built the channel. I've got an income. I've got a wife. Happy there. Got a home. I've got savings now. I've invested some money. Okay, that's all great. That's all lovely. But none of that means nothing unless you can enjoy it. And I don't just mean by being alive. I mean by being comfortably alive. One of the things that me and Leah always talked about is we'll retire in England and we'll walk and we'll go all these places, and it's like, bloody hell. I don't know if I'm going to be able to walk when I get there. So in the end, you've saved all these years, worked all these years, and then when you get there, you can't do it anyway. What was the point? So I think, forget how much Bitcoin goes up. I've got $250,000 now. I'm making 25 grand a year just by being in the S&P. That's not bad, is it? It's free money, isn't it? You know, that's not my job. That's just by doing nothing. I'm rich enough. Let's put some time into life. Let's get a massage. Spend some money on that. Let's go for a walk. Buy some decent shoes so you can go for a walk. Let's do that. And you know, there it is, isn't it, really? I've got 34 pairs of running shoes. SCZ, if you'd like to save some money on your next pair. You got, who's that? Sadavi. I got 34 pairs of running shoes. Why the bloody hell have you got so many? When I run the London Marathon, I trained in the same pair that I ran it in. One pair. And when I did Tough Mudder, I needed a different type of shoe because I was going through water and stuff like that. That was it. So I had 2 pairs. Why do you need 34 pairs? How did you possibly get 34 pairs? I mean, that's about $4,000 worth of trainers. That's $400 a year that you missed out on the S&P. How could you possibly how could you buy 34 pairs? I don't even have 34 pairs of shoes, including wellies, slippers, boots, hiking boots, everything. I think I've probably got about 10, maybe 12 pairs of shoes. So I've got a pair of trainers, a pair of Crocs, a pair of slippers, a black and brown pair of smart shoes, a paint and leather shoes for my black tie suit, tuxedo, and then I've got a similar set of shoes in England. How do you have 30 pairs of trainers? Come on, Sadavi. I thought you were a sensible bloke telling me about Central Daylight Time, and now you're blowing it with your 34 pairs of trainers. I mean, how does that work out? Even Sebastian Coe, and what's his name? What's the guy called? The 100-meter runner. What's his bloody name? This is my last lap, by the way. This is mega hot. What's his name? The guy who does the pointing up, the 100-meter runner. Can someone tell me the 100-meter runner, please, from bloody Jamaica? I bet he doesn't have 34 pairs of trainers. Let me get in the shade so I can see. Yeah, Usain Bolt. That's it. Usain Bolt. I bet he has 2. He probably has more. He's a professional. But he doesn't need 30 bloody 4, does he? You don't need bloody 30. Who has 30 bloody 4 trainers? Oh, God. I don't care what colour they are. What difference does it make? Just, you know. As long as it's the right fit to the job. Black, green, yellow, blue. Does it matter? Is there a right colour? Is there a wrong colour? Well, you can't wear red ones, can you? You can't wear red. You've got to wear green because of the stock market. I don't know. Well, it's just a pair of trainers, any colour you want. I chose these ones not because they were bright orange, because they were the best buy, and they were 2 years last series. Didn't want to buy the latest one because the latest one was like $100 more just because it's this year's fashion. I don't see how red becomes green and green becomes blue, and I just they're silly. Anyway, oh man, it's flipping hot. It's gonna get hotter too. What are we now? July? Yeah, I don't know. Where are we now? Yeah, mid-July. Yeah, we're coming up to this. It's gonna get a bit hotter, I think. Stupid it is. You have you have orange trainers. Yeah, have you not seen it? Look at that. I just bought them. Look at that. Look at that. Beauty. How about that? So what, it's the wrong colour? I should have bought green ones, or blue with a green stripe, or red with a purple stripe, or green with a red blue tint. I mean, what the bloody hell? What difference does it bloody make? None whatsoever. Try the 500 metre in 2 minutes. What? No bloody way. I ain't running now. How can someone have 20 mugs of your... I just thought about that. Is it what's his name? Sensei, what's that guy called? Delaney. Someone here called Delaney or something. He has everything. There's this one guy, he has all the mugs. He's trying to compete with Zach's height. I thought Zach had a lot. Delaney, Sensei, what's his name? He's got, Sensei was telling me, he's got all the mugs. And yesterday he bought hoodies. Oh, Dalio. Yeah, Dalio Brian. Yeah, Dalio Brian's got all the mugs. He's got t-shirts, hoodies. It's a good job we don't bring it. We don't put beer mugs or hats. Sensei, we should put hats on. We should have hats. I don't know. I keep telling Sensei, why don't we have hats? I like wearing a hat. Look, this is my hat. Hats are good. Everybody would buy a hat, but maybe we shouldn't put hats on because Dalio would buy a hat as well. And maybe we need to be responsible. We need to get him to invest in the stock market, stop buying hats and t-shirts and mugs. Maybe he's got a big family, and when they all sit round and have a barbecue, they're all drinking out of our mugs, which is a very sensible idea. I think it's great. I think everyone should have 30 mugs. Yeah, and if I had trainers with my logo on it, I would probably suggest everybody get 30 trainers. But right now, I don't have my logo on it, so it's a waste of money. You should save your money for when I bring out trainers with logos on it. Then you can buy 30 pairs. You see how that works? You see how that works? Don't buy trainers now. Wait. Let's get our trainers out with a logo on it, and you buy them. Then buy 30. Then buy 30. All right? I want you to save your money so you can do that. If it makes you feel better, Sadavi, I think I've got about 40 pairs of underpants. So, you know, I don't know why I got 40. I never seem to get to the bottom of the pile. When they get what? Every week I do the washing, and then 7, sometimes 12, 13 if I've changed during the day, if I'm sweating. Too much information. So really 14 is the most you need. I've got about 40. But as they get older, okay, that one's getting a bit tired now. So I haven't bought pants for years. I've got pants at the bottom of the list, the bottom of the pile, that are brand new. Maybe I should recycle, you know, what's it, rotate. Doesn't make a difference, does it? Doesn't make the difference. Bitcoin, 116,000. We were talking about it, Sensei. Don't come on here at the end, as I come to the last part of the walk. Don't come on here talking about your Bitcoin. We did the first 20 minutes of Bitcoin, mate. You missed it. If you're going to show up late, don't come in at the end when I'm talking about my pants to talk about Bitcoin. It's not necessary. It's uncalled for. Nobody asked for you to come in talking about Bitcoin, so leave it out, mate. We did it the first half an hour. Talked all about it. Yeah, 116,000. Peter Pettigrew. If I had a jack on the wall, if I had a jack on my wall, I would be a Martyn hat. I don't get that. Hey, look at this. For new pants. There's nothing wrong with my pants. Look, don't start a thing. There's nothing wrong with my pants, right? I mean, they haven't worn out. I mean, I'm not just going to throw them away. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. Look, I'm not wearing pants with holes in them, right? My pants are good. There's nothing wrong with my pants. Oh, dear God. Unbelievable. I've just had, that's the first. That's got to be a YouTube first. I should ring up Pichai, CEO of Google, and say, you won't believe it, mate. They go, what, Martyn? I've been watching you on YouTube. I said, yeah, I know you have. You're always watching. I said, you won't believe what happened tonight. He said, what happened, Martyn? Tell me about it. I said, well, Pichai, I want to thank you for Google and YouTube for providing me a platform. No, you're welcome, mate. You do very good. You are our favourite YouTuber. I said, I know. He said, how do you know? I said, because I know you're watching. He said, I am. But, well, if you were watching, you won't have to tell, I won't have to tell you what happened. He said, no, you won't have to tell me what happened. I was there. I saw it on your walk and talk. Zachzite, originally from Israel, now living in California. He gave you $20 to buy you some new pants. Yeah, he did. Underpants. Yeah, he did, Pichai. Can you believe it? This is the platform that you created that I've exploited. He said, very good, that, mate. That's very good. You've got people buying your underpants now. I said, I have, yeah. I have. So I can invest in the S&P. I don't need to pay for my underpants. My friend Zachzite from Israel will buy them. That's very good, that. That's very. You should thank me, though, because you get a little bit of commission out of that. You get a little commission back to Google, so you can buy some pants. He said, I will. I'll do that, Martyn. I'm a billionaire, but I could do with another couple of pairs of pants. Well, that's what I'm saying, Pichai. This is what I've been saying. I've got 40 pairs of pants, but apparently my mate Zachzate says I need new pants. He said, why do you need new pants? I said, I don't need new pants, do I? I've got 40 pairs. He said, well, why do you need new? I said, I don't. He said, well, if you're not buying any new pants, I'm not going to buy any new pants. I said, there you go, Pichai. Don't buy any new pants. Stay where you are. You're doing all right. You're doing a good thing there with Google. Stay with that. You don't need any new pants. Leave it alone. So why did he give you money for pants? Because he reckons I need new ones. Well, why? Well, I told him I got 40 pairs. Well, he got, right? Well, are they worn out? No. I just own 40 pairs. You following along? It's the heat stroke. It makes you talk about pants. I can't help it. Exactly. Sweaty pants. Saab, there's nothing wrong with my pants. Can you just leave it out? Hey, Martyn, remember you were going to buy Bitcoin at 88,000. Now I wish I did. No. Let me tell you why. 40 pants, 80 days equals Zach's 800 underpants collection. I need a collection of underpants. Amazon had a wonderful day. Oh, amazing. Right. What was he just talking about? No, listen. As I come back to the house, I'm done. I'm spent, hot, I'm tired. As I come back to the house, listen. Bitcoin's now 116,000. You look back and go, well, why didn't I buy it for 80,000? Well, you did. We all did. You just don't know it. You invested in something else. And the whole market's up. So when Bitcoin was 80,000, I was 60 grand down. I'm now 11 grand up. A swing of 72. So how can I regret I didn't buy Bitcoin? And that's the same for every one of you. The market is up higher today than it was when Bitcoin was 80,000. Every one of you watching here right now, since Bitcoin was 80,000 and now 116, every one of you have gained friends on this channel. Every one of you has a community that you talk with every day. You have friends that you can message and talk to each other on Discord. You've all gained more money. You've all lived the life that you chose. We've all had a good time. Doesn't matter, should I have bought Bitcoin? Because you did. You invested in other things. And all of those things have paid off today. All of those things are up. Your friendships, your experiences, the life you've lived, it's all happened. You didn't set out and miss it. You wasn't a spectator. You took part. You didn't buy Bitcoin, you bought something else. You did something else. It doesn't matter. If you'd sat still and done nothing, then yes, perhaps you've missed out. But everybody on this channel has not missed out a thing, because you're with us every day. We're with you every day. We talk to each other, we've made friends, we've grown, we've developed, we've learned, we've laughed, we've cried. Every single one of you is better off today than you were when Bitcoin was 80,000. So remember that. It doesn't matter on the monetary terms and whether you were in or out of the physical coin itself. None of that matters. It's not even physical anyway, but you know what I mean. None of that is important. What matters is what we do tomorrow and how we live tomorrow. What we did last year, I mean, God, I sometimes look in my phone at the pictures of me running around the world. I've been everywhere, and hardly any of it really means anything today. I don't feel what it felt like to run around Athens, the Olympic track, or Australia, or China, or Japan. I don't hardly remember it. If you ask me, I can go, oh yeah, I remember that. But I don't feel it. What happens is right now. What happens is tomorrow. And tomorrow is going to be another great day. Tomorrow is exciting. Every day me and Sensei and Vaz, we say, look, can you believe it? We're a big YouTube channel now. We wasn't 4 years ago. I didn't even know who Vaz and Sensei was. And here we are with friendships. You never know. Tomorrow is another great day. Maybe Bitcoin will be up. Maybe Bitcoin will be down. But one thing that'll be here is all of us live together on the show. And we'll have a good day tomorrow. That I can promise you. And then tomorrow night we'll sing and make music. And it'll be good. And I will eat myself a nice burger. When I get in the house now, I've exercised. I've earned the right to have a burger. And I'm going to go in. Leah makes the best burger you've ever had. And it's going to be lovely. And the next 10 minutes now, I'm going to be eating that and enjoying it. And that burger is giving me more pleasure than Bitcoin being $116,000. It means absolutely nothing. What means everything is the experiences that we have with each other and real things like that. So I'm back home. There's my speech of the day. Oh, by the way, some really exciting news. You know, I told you at 4 p.m, which was an hour and a half ago, I was having a phone conversation with the Dallas Tiger Sanctuary about doing my first fundraiser with the channel. They have just, we got a silver member. Oh my God, someone has joined because of this. Well, what do you know? Look at that. Look at that. That's like a little, see that there, look? Where is it? Look, a cicada. That's like a little locust. They live in the trees and then they die. Look at that. That's just a shell. There's nothing in that. It's just a shell. It's called a cicada. People go, they're locusts. They're not. They're called cicadas, but it's the same bloody thing. Anyway, you hear that rattling noise? Millions of them in the trees. Yeah. They called me and they said, can you do a fundraiser? I said, yeah, I used to charge money to do it. I had to charge 20% commission or a fee. You could hire me to play at your venue, all kinds of stuff like that. I said, but what I do now is I do it online for free. You just have all the money, but I need 10,000 subscribers to make it happen. So they've got 40,000 people on their mailing list. They're going to ask them to subscribe. And if they do, and we get to 10,000, then I can do the gig for free. I mean, I'm only going to do it for free anyway, so it's not a matter of I'll do it for a fee. It's 10,000 subscribers and free or no gig at all. So that's exciting. And then we'll be able to do Zach's. So we'll do Zach's probably first, because we always promised we'd do it from Uganda. We'll do that first, and then they'll have their one just afterwards. So that's exciting. That just happened tonight. So there you go. Bugger bloody Bitcoin. Who cares? Cicadas live 17 years in the ground as a larvae. Well, that's nice. That's nice to know. That's nice to know. Under the ground, we're surrounded by larvae. Right, I'm out of here. Bitburger, National Geography. Nick Hutchinson, new member. The best day is today. The second best day is tomorrow. Binky Bonk is up. Well, there's a bloody thing. That's it from me, folks. I'm baking hot. I'm going in. Love you all. See you in the morning. Can everyone just tap the like button? Can everyone just tap the like button? Have you all done it? Look, I'm even holding the phone. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. It's so hot. It's crazy. But that's another night. Another good life, innit? How would you do, Zach? How would you do, Zach? He isn't on the YouTube platform. How would you do, Zach? He isn't. Oh, yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I checked. He's got a partner charitable organisation, which he's linked to, and he gave me that, and I found it. So he isn't personally, but he has a registered charity that he can partner with, and they will see the money coming in for his event and then give it to him. But yeah, he's part of a bigger organisation, and I found that one, so that does exist. There you go. So does that answer your question? Donda, have a good night. I hope you enjoyed your review for, I can't remember who it's for. It wasn't Galaxy. Who was it for? Was it CEG? Was it CEG? I can't. Orly. Yeah. So that, you saw me do it live. So over the weekend, there'll be, after Vaz's show in the morning, the video will come out, and you want to watch it and share it, because it will do really well on Saturday. When it comes out, it will trend, and because when the video is done in its own way, with its own title, thumbnail, description, tags, whatever, and I'll promote it on X, you'll see it come out. So make sure that you watch the video on Saturday and share it, and it'll do well. As I've recorded 5 reviews, and they'll all come out over the weekend after Vaz and before Sensei. I saw the main one, but how will it link to his? Will he just tell them? Yeah. Well, that's what he told me to link it to. He said that's fine, link it to that. So that's what I'll link it to. That's down to him then. He said, yeah, that's fine. That's the one to link it to. So I'll link it to that, and then what happens after that is that's down to Zach, isn't it? Wonderful message, Martin. Thanks for your beautiful outlook. Thank you, Cameron. Always, mate. Donda, thank you, I did. Nick, I am new to crypto, but I've really enjoyed your content last week. Well, thanks to Sensei. Sensei brings the chart, the technicals, the crypto knowledge. I just bring the rah-rah, the entertainment, the thrill, the thrills on the top. Greetings from Oporto, Portugal. I love Portugal. Played in Portugal. I've done the Algarve. I've done Lisbon. Done weddings there. Good walk around the park. That's it from me. I'm going in. Thank you ever so much. Thanks to Zach Zate. Thanks for the $20. I can now buy some pants, except I won't because I've got plenty of pants. But thank you for the donation. I shall simply invest in the S&P 500 because tonight I had a challenge from MSK. MSK has challenged me, the first of us, to get to $1 million. Now, he's cheating a little bit because I'm at 250,000. He is at 400,000, so he has 150,000 head start. And he also can buy any stock. He's also using crypto. I am simply using the S&P, but buying undervalue at the prime time. I can use margin though. He's agreed that, but that would make me by far the best investor. If I can go from 250 to a million before he goes from 400,000 to a million, that makes me the champion. So I take on that challenge and I will win. I think. If he puts all his money in Bitcoin tomorrow and Bitcoin doubles, then he's won in 5 minutes. I don't know, but the challenge is the first to a million. By the end of the decade, I would have done it. Will he get there before me? We shall find out. Probably will. He's got more money to start with, and he can buy crypto. You got it. Thanks, Axay. MSK has only 3 pairs of pants. There's the difference, you see. Good luck, Nick. Take your time. This channel has helped me already in the last few weeks. Thank you, Donda. I'm out of here. Take care of yourselves. If you stay where you are now, it'll take you to the extra channel. Join me. I'll pop in and say hello. And I'll see you back in the morning. Sensei will be live first with his news. Look at Sensei now getting 1,000 people in his stream. He had 1,000 people like in his stream this morning. I think he's had about 12,000 views, but he had 1,000 at any one point. Amazing. I can remember when he used to have 2. So did I remember. That's it from me. Take care of yourselves. Sax 8, 50,000 shares of space. If I'd stayed in with my 50,000 shares of space, I'd be up about 12 grand right now. But I'm glad I wasn't. I did not want to live through that. All right, that's it. Take care of yourselves and each other.